Today, I would really love to talk to you about love and relationships. Three aspects. Firstly, starting. Secondly, maintaining. And thirdly, unfortunately, ending. When two people fall in love, every piece of their chemistry, every piece of their DNA engages in something very primitive. That connection is intellectual at some levels, because we all fall in love with people who will give us ultimately what we want. So we might have dreams, we might have hopes, we might have ambitions, and that person we say, I love you because you can help me get what I want. So the intellect gets involved. The physical body gets involved because we say, oh boy, you look attractive to me. I'm looking forward to getting involved with you. I'm looking forward to pleasure that will come from being with you. So two aspects, the mind and goal setting and vision and dream achievement is one. Second aspect is the physical body. But the third that integrates those two is the heart. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this topic because in maintaining a relationship, the mind will eventually realize that dreams can be achieved, but then maybe there's no other dream after it. For example, you might say, I really dream of having a child, and you meet somebody and that person and you collaborate to create a family. Once you've got a family, you might ask yourself, well, what in the heck am I doing now? Why am I with this person? And it might be purely because they help you maintain a quality of life, which you can pretty much do for yourself now, and you just grow up and you grow therefore out of the intellectual side of the relationship, and that's normal. The physical thing, well, after a period of time, pleasure and pain get mixed, and it's like, that's not really going to cut it for me as a motive to really enjoy this relationship. It still remains and it's important. Don't underestimate that. But the third element is what really keeps two people together, and that is the human heart. When two people fall in love from the heart, they're magnetically attracted. But what is the heart? And how do we understand how to maintain the relationship from the heart viewpoint? Finally, the unfortunate topic of separating. And what happens in a relationship is the mind might go AWOL and say, I'm not connected to you on my dreamscape anymore. And the physical might go AWOL and it's not connected to you on the dreamscape anymore. In other words, I'm not physically attracted to you and intimacy with you. But if the heart remains connected, the other two don't really matter. The heart has no fear. The heart has no ambition. The heart hasn't got a judgment on the other person. The heart is nothing to do with anybody else but you. So when a relationship breaks, it's either because your heart shut, or your partner's heart shut. Now, a closed heart is really easy to recognize, but a person in a relationship won't actually see it. So they will default to the mind and say, oh, I'm still with you because we've got still unfinished things to do. Or it'll default to the body, I want to be with you because I want more and more pleasure from you. But when a heart shuts, a relationship dies. Now, I'm not saying which of the two people in the relationship has a closed heart. Maybe the person who left is sick and tired of being with a closed-hearted individual. Or maybe the one that gets dumped is the one with an open heart, and the person with a closed heart just can't live with themselves anymore with a closed heart. They need someone else to help open their heart again. This is not a formulaic conversation. What it does say, though, is maintaining beginning a relationship can have three variables. Maintaining it usually ends up with one, which is heart to heart, and losing a relationship is because one of the two people's hearts shut. And it doesn't matter which one. If one heart closes to another heart that's open, the relationship is running on empty. And then it must part. So I've done a lot of work with people to help them reopen their heart. And in fact, that's what I do around the world, both in business and in personal life. So I'd like to talk a little bit now about why I would focus on this ingredient of the human condition, the heart, specifically for today, for relationship. So when we explore the real essence of a person, we begin to understand the vast difference between the mind and the heart as a focus for living. This is really important. Your heart is the core of your deepest humanity. And when we're finished exploring the intellect and attending all the ceremonies, when we're exhausted trying to change the unchangeable, then we come to rest in our heart. In this place, your heart and my heart are one. We're interconnected. No need to compare. We're part of something bigger, and our individuality becomes transient. The moment becomes important, and we relax in the knowledge that we have absolutely, from a heart viewpoint, no idea what could happen next. And this is a beautiful reality, the core of confidence, love, beauty, and a healthy life. And if one spent their whole life doing nothing other than opening their heart and developing the qualities of a heart, I'm not exaggerating when I say that this effort alone would bring them to the absolute highest goal of human life. It's through the heart that one finds their truth, and within the heart that one finds their true nature. It's the human heart that can love without condition. It's here that strength and conviction emanate. Compassion, loving kindness live in the heart, and it's here that one feels authentic. There's nothing to teach. It's through the heart that we can find a way to treat humanity while being true to ourselves. So the heart represents the essential nature of a person, and thus the development of the heart, the unfolding of the heart, and the illumination of the heart are of the utmost importance to the path of finding your true nature and being successful in relationships. This is the center around which your life can revolve. But it's not the emotional center. The center is, sometimes people think that the heart center is a soft, fuzzy place in the chest, but that's the emotional center. We're talking about the human spirit. It's not a feeling, but a knowing. It's called the inner voice. It's not a voice, but it's called the inner voice. It's the spirit, and it's not physical. It's pure, unconditional knowing, and no words can describe it. To find your heart is to find a path that doesn't waver all over the place. It holds center and doesn't get affected by other people. You become true to yourself. And it all begins with maintaining a sense of your own true being. It's natural, and it creates a certain confidence, a strength, and it builds a foundation from which your life and therefore relationship might evolve. Now, it can't be separate as a separate practice to life, because it's life itself. And it's not about rushing around solving the world's problems, because that actually closes a heart in itself. So by listening to your heart, you own a particular gift. It enables you to focus on what you do and doing what you love, and expressing yourself without tension or reaction. So the deepest experience of life is woken up. For each individual, when they finally make this opportunity, we become the mirror of the change we'd love to see in the world. We must first, however, learn to love ourselves and find peace and harmony within. So it's interesting, because when we explore the term heart in common language, we find that heart means the center or innermost part of something, such as the heart of a city. It also means the essential nature of something, such as what is the heart of the matter. A person with a lot of heart is someone with determination, or to lose heart means I'm totally discouraged. And we see that the will of a person emanates from their heart. We refer to the heart when we talk about generosity or sincerity, as well as consideration and understanding and helpfulness, as when we say, wow, he's got a big heart, or she's got a dear heart. When a person is cruel or mean, or when someone shows no respect or regard for others, we say his heart is closed, or small, or cold, or that he has no heart at all. Heartless. In most of the spiritual traditions of the world, the heart is considered the location where heaven and earth meet in the center of the body. This is, of course, not a physical heart, but rather the heart center. And it's not within the chest, but we say it is. It's the center where we experience love. It's the temple within. But human beings can't grasp the idea of a heart outside the body out here. So there's a part of this body, so we dedicate this housing, this chest area, being called the heart. And it's most sensitive to feeling, and it's called, sometimes we say, I've got a broken heart, but nothing's broken. And the surface of our being is the mind, so we think with our mind, but while the depth of it is the heart. The heart is clarity, the mind is personality. So it's through the heart that we feel ourselves or know ourselves. And once a person understands their true nature, then the mystery of the heart, they understand the language of all of creation. So we have choices. Listen to this heart or listen to the mind. And listen to the stories, and listen to the fear, and listen to the uncertainty. So it takes a certain trust. A trust that when we're faced with what we think is unsurmountable challenge, we'll survive. Doesn't mean becoming religious. The spiritual life is not lived in temples or on particular days or out of books, nor is it reverence to a statue or an icon or some particular practice. It's every moment of our life. It's from what people see of us to what people think about us to our secret thoughts and our secret ideas. And people say put your heart into it. It means become fully invested in everything. It means to throw the full weight of your humanity behind something. And there's no half-hearted success stories. We have to be vigilant if we decide we're going to remain invested with our heart. When the heart goes out of something, you sabotage it. So if we can invest ourselves in maintaining the commitment of our heart, we'll automatically achieve many of our dreams in life. This is Chris. You have a beautiful day. Bye for now.